Episode 37A Mary and Residential Wood Burning, compared to pellet manufacturing and burning PM 2.5 emissions. Mary noted that the focus of residents against wood smoke emission particulates, ROSEP, is on the health effects to near neighbors of living next to residential wood burning, in those hyper-localized areas where the source of particulate pollution, PM 2.5, is concentrated. PM 2.5, particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, is the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, causing a cascade of human health problems. Wood smoke consists of 90% PM 2.5. Residential PM 2.5 monitors can be purchased by neighbors from Purple Air for less than $300, and their locations are put on the online Purple Air map, along with data uploaded every 10 minutes, available to the general public, and of course to governmental authorities. Neighbors of residential wood burners would like their Purple Air PM 2.5 monitor data to be used to regulate and shut down residential wood burning detected at neighbors' fence lines that exceeds the World Health Organization, WHO, standards of 5 micrograms per meter cubed or future U.S. standards of 8 micrograms per meter cubed. There could even be court-ordered monitoring using a neighbor-owned Purple Air PM 2.5 monitor as a breathalyzers, similar to car breathalyzers court-ordered for repeat drunk drivers, to turn off the ignition of a neighboring indoor wood stove when levels of PM 2.5 in a near neighbor's yard is exceeded. In this way, governmental authorities would not have to check the make and model of an appliance and would not have to rely on unreliable certification and other worthless assurances of levels of wood stove particulate emissions by the company that manufactured it. Purple Air monitors also provide data every 10 minutes 24 hours a day, and data can be downloaded from the map by governmental authorities the day after the PM 2.5 levels are exceeded during normal government working hours. Purple Air PM 2.5 monitors are so reliable and accurate, they are put on U.S. Air Now smoke and fire maps alongside $100,000 Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) monitors, correlated to the EPA monitors with a simple mathematical formula. But to publicize this, it is necessary to point out that living hyper-localized next to a residential wood burner is essentially the same as living next to industrial wood burning. Wood pellet plants also produce large amounts of PM 2.5 or PM 10 in the form of wood dust produced when forming pellets for sale to Europe or other consumers. Mary noted this article, which cites the additional information that a 2017 study by the World Resources Institute found that burning wood emits 2.5 times as much carbon dioxide pollution as does natural gas. Mary noted that the cleanest fossil fuel, natural gas, produces thousands of times less particulates than wood burning, and it is a little-known fact that even burning the solid fossil fuel, coal, produces less particulates than wood burning. The article that Mary noted was titled, Historic U.S. Southeast Hardwood Forests Threatened by Rapacious $11 Billion Wood Pellet Industry. Forest preservation activists in Europe, BirdLife Europe, forest defenders, Robin Wood, and more, extolled the need for forests to serve as carbon sinks and havens for wildlife. These campaigners and activist organizations also mention that wood burning produces particulates, which are deleterious to human health. There needs to be more emphasis on the health aspects of stopping wood burning, but the forest preservation activists probably had an effect on the European Union voting on September 14, 2022 to stop many subsidies for industrial wood burning in the European Union. That vote will have an effect on the production of wood pellets in the United States and Canada, especially British Columbia, starting in 2023. Mary noted some excerpts from the article about U.S. forests used to provide wood pellets, at this point, mostly to European markets. The Southeast U.S. wood pellet plants exporting to Europe are in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina and South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. The European Union this week started cutting the subsidies that make the trade possible. Campaigners say loopholes will help pellet firms keep on ripping up the U.S. and European forests. Environmentalists warn that hundreds of thousands of acres of forest are being torn down each year in the U.S. Southeast to make wood pellets to fuel European power plants in a diluted bid to fight climate change. Climate activist Greta Thunberg has slammed the European subsidies that make wood pellet burning viable. It's an assault on the people to place an industry that releases such a huge amount of particulate matter into the air. A looming shortage of Russian gas in the wake of the Ukraine war has reignited heating homes with wood pellets in Europe. The Drax Group power station complex in Yorkshire, Britain, is a former coal-burning facility that now generates heat from compressed biomass, wood waste. Wood pellet energy green credentials are questioned. A 2017 study by the World Resources Institute found that burning wood emits 2.5 times as much carbon dioxide pollution as does natural gas, and 30% more than coal. The supposedly green power station Drax in the north of England burns taxpayer-subsidized wood pellets sourced from the U.S. southeast to provide 12% of the Britain's total electric power. Drax spews out 15.6 megatons of carbon dioxide emissions each year, which causes the planet to heat up and leads to extreme weather events like floods, droughts, and storms. The U.S. is the world's top pellet producer, making 8.6 million tons of chips in 2019 or 22% of global supply, mostly from the southeast, trailed by Canada, which produced 3.0 million tons, Vietnam, 2.5 million, and Russia, 1.6 million. Virginia-based lawyer with the Southern Environmental Law Center, SELC, said the 7.5 metric tons exported by the U.S. last year required the harvesting of 137,656 acres of forest, an area larger than American Samoa. Enviva is the world's top pellet firm. Its 10 plants in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Mississippi produce some 6.2 million metric tons per year, mostly selling to the EU, Japan, and Britain, including Drax. Episode 37.